Hello and welcome. This video will go over the accessibility checker in Microsoft PowerPoint. I'll explain what each error means and how to fix it. But first, you should know that no accessibility checker addresses everything, so it's best to use more than one. Make your content fully accessible in the original software, then check again in Canvas using Ally or Panorama. Since mistakes happen, it's important to understand the basics of accessibility rather than relying only on the checkers. Let's get started. All right, so here I am in PowerPoint. To get to the accessibility checker, you can click on Tools, check accessibility, and it will show up on the right-hand side. Or you can click on the Investigate Accessibility button at the bottom. And so here are our list of issues. If you would like, you can show only issues on the current slide. I usually like to do that, but either way. So the first issue we have is hard to read text contrast. We have 8 instances, pretty self-explanatory. It recommends a color for you, or you can select more options for that. You can click to change the color of the cell itself. You can add a highlight to the color, or you can change the table style altogether. For this, I think changing the color to white would be good enough. And I can go through one at a time, or I can click and highlight all of these because I want them all to be the same color and click white. And that fixes all of our hard to read text contrast. Next, we have missing alt text. So any image, especially if it is important to the context of your material, needs to have a written description. This is for assistive technology such as screen readers. So this first one, we have a speaker icon. You can generate a caption, see if you like that. I have one that I already have, so I'm going to copy and paste that into. All right. A speaker icon to play audio, click to listen. Our next one is this picture of a cat. The auto-generated is fairly good. I'm going to specify and say that it is an orange cat. Click save. So if I click on an image, go to the accessibility tab and click alternative text or alt text in that menu, I can pull up a tab for alt text. If I want to make any other changes, you can mark it as decorative if it is not important to the content of your material. That fixes all of our missing alt text information. Next, we have missing audio and video subtitles. So for this audio, you can add captions to it. Adding captions to audio or video in PowerPoint is important because it fulfills accessibility standards, provides language support because you can translate to different languages, and it is useful in noisy environments where listening to the audio may not be possible. So let's edit captions. If you have a caption file, you can add it from here. I made some captions in Premiere and it's an SRT file, and that works. I can click on it. It will play that section. I can make edits, and you do want to try to make your captions grammatically correct. If it looks good, it looks good. And now I can click back to the tracks, and now I have a track here that is named English. It can generate captions for you in case you don't have something like Premiere or Camtasia. It generates United States English. I can click to listen and make edits. When I'm done, click back to tracks. Now I have another one. And so now if I click on the audio, there is a closed caption icon for me to click and I can select what I want. I can click on and edit the English and I can translate it to another language. Let's say Spanish. I know a bit of Spanish, but I'm not that good. So you can go again, make your edits. And when you go back to tracks, here it is. And when you click on the closed caption icon, now it has Spanish and it will show up here on your slide. And that fixed our problem there. For tables, it says I have a missing table header and I have use of merged or split cells. So for the table, the reason why it is flagging that I don't have the header, if I click on my table, go to table design, on the left-hand side, I can click to enable a header row or not. So if a header row is checked, it's going to tell you that the missing header table, like there's no issue, even though only 2 of the 4 columns I have a proper name. So in reality, this is wrong. Your first row is your header row and should have appropriate headers for all of your columns. That's what you want to aim for. I will add that. And now I have a proper header row. Use of merged cells or split cells. All of the rows under notes is merged, and Monday also has merged cells, but it's only saying that I have one. And if I click on it, it kind of gives you a description of it, but you can't fix it here. That's okay. I need to fix this, so I need to highlight all of this, put a backspace. I click on the table, go to table layout, click on split cells. I only need one column, but I need 4 rows. Insert, and then now I have 4 rows. If you were to click on these, like split cells and have 2 columns, then you would actually be creating split cells, which is also a no-no. And it says that my problem is solved, even though Monday is still merged. So I'm going to highlight Monday, click split cells. I only need one column, but 2 rows. And now this is right. So now my table is correct and accessible. Next, we have the document structure. So I have a missing slide title. So here in this blank slide, I don't have a title. So I will input one, approve edits. Now that's good. I have a duplicate slide title. So I have 2 slides that say example. When I have slides that honestly naming them the same would make sense, I will just put a number to make a difference. Or if it's like a series, I'll put like 1 of 6 or something. In this case, I could just put example 1, and then that gets rid of the duplicate side, but I will go to the next one and put example 2. So only renaming one of them to make a difference solve the duplicate side. But I mean, it's at your own discretion how you need to name your slides for it to make sense. Check reading order. So the reading order is the order in which the screen reader will read the information. Screen readers read in a logical order, left to right, top to bottom. So verifies reading order. You can click and drag to reorder. It tells you the order next to it. If it is checked, that means it will be read by the screen reader. With it unchecked, it's going to mark it as decorative and it will be skipped by assistive technology. So the first thing I want is the title. And then the next thing I want is going to be this text box. And then I want it to read the picture. I can go out, and now it's telling me that the check reading order is good. So I will say with the reading order in PowerPoint, it is up to you to decide the order in which your information is going to be read by assistive technology, if it makes sense. And sometimes PowerPoint will not recognize it because I guess it wants it in its own specific way. If it makes sense, if you have the order and it makes sense and you're still getting it flagged, it is okay to skip that because you know that you have checked the reading order and it is the way that you need it to be. Next, we have default section name. So sections, if you wanted to add sections, you can, and you do that in the home by clicking this section button. It's just a way to organize your information. Say if you had a really long presentation, it just makes it easier to organize. So I have a default section name. Let's see. Let's try to rename this something else. Hit enter, approve edit, and now that is good. I have a duplicate section name. I have 2 sections, name, section, name. So let's see. I can rename this one and I'll just say section name 2. Hit enter, approve edit, and now that fixed my issue. And that is how you can make your slides accessible using the accessibility checker in PowerPoint. That's it for this video. If you want to know the basics for how to make all your documents, PowerPoints, and tables accessible, check out this video. Thanks for watching.